You saw in the silent demo a sample support document structure. We're going to show you some examples now from my directory. This one here is one that I recently worked on. Even though it's not a PowerPoint presentation, it's a video, it still has the same hierarchy. I have graphics and audio here, the final product here, documents for the rehearsal dinner, and then documents for the wedding. So you see how you need to break things down. And as you can see over here in this structure, there's still folders under those two items, which are the two main items for this particular wedding. Here's another event that I've got a whole bunch of folders. You'll notice this is the main event here, or the main folder. We've got Hall of Fame pictures and post-banquet pictures, files for YouTube upload, and you can see the other items here. We got Hall of Fame inductees, various pictures, and then racquetball clips. And then each of those have subfolders, which I think we get into in the next slide. Yeah, we've got shots from myself. We've got some photos of this particular inductee, same with this inductee, and following on. And then we've got a bunch of contributors to this particular folder. So the need for this is when you try to go back and try to find a particular folder for yourself or for someone else, you'll know basically where it is, other versus trying to find something in a folder with 2,000 documents in it. Another example is one that could have been better. This was from 2017, as you can see. I have a bunch of documents here, some PDFs, a PowerPoint presentation, and some Word documents. I probably should have put the Word documents in a separate folder, and maybe even the PDFs. So that gives you a feel for what you should be doing when you establish your support documents. It could be for you now, or it definitely would be for you now. It could be for you later once the project gets complete, and even in between. It could be for someone else later, your boss, your spouse, your child, someone else. And it could be someone who needs like one photo out of 400 or 500 photos. It would be easy to go to a particular folder and find that particular document based on the document name and number. Also found out that if you have a bunch of documents over here in your directory and you're over here, it's probably easier to copy all those documents over so you won't have to be going back and forth. True, it duplicates files and makes your disk space less, but it makes it easier to manage the process as you're building your final output. As far as other ways of supporting, I have used hidden slides to make my to-do list. That works very well. And when you're complete, you can either use strike through or done, D-O-N-E, when you're finished. The latter versions of PowerPoint has comments. You could make comments to yourself. You could use a text file to keep all of your instructions from someone else and to yourself, ideas that you're going to have for a particular presentation. And also, a lot of versions of PowerPoint has a notes section. Well, I'm sorry, also use notes in PowerPoint to keep your comments and things to do. And as I stated, your other support files, videos, pictures, graphics should be hopefully separate from your final output, because you may have multiple versions, multiple copies of your output for safety's sake, and you don't want to just have a whole bunch of stuff in your folders. And it's bad enough just having 20 copies of your final output versus a bunch of Word documents and pictures and video clips. Make sure you save your document frequently. This version of Microsoft Office 365 saves it every 5 minutes. Sometimes I will save it even more frequently than that. And also move it off the computer to another disk somewhere, either locally or in the cloud. Speaking of backing up, you can back up to a flash drive, another disk drive, or the cloud, but make sure you back up frequently somewhere else. I always try to make a backup of the documents before I start the project. It just gives you another fail-safe in case something goes bad. If there are a lot of changes, you can date the folders and date the file names. You can even put AM or PM depending on the time of the day that you started a update on your project file. And a lot of these programs have versions that you can enable the version, and the software will keep track of when you started it, but I haven't gotten very good with that. Some of you may have comments on that, so please feel free to leave comments on that or any questions regarding versions or anything else on this document, on this video. And last but not least, you also want to keep your support documents, the sources of them, detailed, because you do not want to plagiarize. If you've got a quote from someplace, keep the source. Same way with any other type of reference. So those are the tips and tricks for support documents. It just makes your life smooth because things are broken out. You don't have 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 documents in one folder. You've got things broken out and layered. It'll help you organize your presentation. It'll help you find things when the presentation is done. It'll help you impress your boss, your manager, your loved one, or anyone else you're working with on a particular document or presentation. So thank you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much.